Oh shit. That is a very unique way to begin a hive. I had no idea that Mac had his own cocoon hatching sequence. That's crazy.
Captain Poopy Pants. We meet again.
Fellow Godlies and Gears of War enthusiasts around the world. I am Vance, and I am bringing you the finale to the Gears of War 5 God Build series. And it's not just a finale for the Gears of War series, it's likely a finale for the entire God Build series as a whole. It's likely a finale for my gaming on the internet as a whole. In recent years, in my adult life, I'm just not as interested in video gaming anymore as I am the creative endeavors, and I've had personal problems plague my life for the last couple of years, not to mention the fact that YouTube has just not been a financially fruitful endeavor. So it's bittersweet for me to step away at this point and count my blessings, which I have a lot of them. I am very, very blessed and fortunate to have met the friends that I picked up along the way, whether you were here from the very, very beginning to just people that I picked up recently. This is not an end for me on YouTube. I am going to be doing other things, and I think that you will probably appreciate the future stuff that I do. But for now, this is me backing away from gaming in general. You likely won't see me again gaming until Gears of War 6, if there is one, which I will likely put out another video critiquing what Gears of War 5 needs to fix before we get to Gears of War 6. But I digress, that's another video for another time. Let's wrap this up. So, today, as it says in the title, we are covering the veteran and the combat medic. The reason why they are lumped together is because they are both rifleman classes. The veteran class is more offensive, whereas combat medic is defensive and supportive. So let's get into these descriptions and talk a little bit about them. So for the veteran class, you are a one-man army. The veteran is a powerful rifle class focused on the fundamentals of cover-based combat. With your passive ability, you take no damage during executions, and with a specific mod, you can work to cool down your cooldown quicker using executions. So, the ultimate ability is automatically fire at the heads of enemies in sight. Any allies in cover with you will do the same. This is essentially aimbot. You just put the crosshairs in the general direction of whatever you're firing at, and it will get the headshots. There is an important exploit here, which I have found, and I don't know if anybody else has found it, but if you use a retro lancer while you're doing your ultimate ability, more than likely you will end all of the enemy's lives with headshots. I don't know why. It's not consistent. But with a hammer burst or a lancer, it won't do the same. It usually downs enemies, so it's very, very recommended of you to just swap out your Nasher for a retro lancer at your earliest convenience as a veteran. But we will move on to the combat medic to talk about their description. So the combat medic is a solid rifle class that you can depend on to bring the team back from the brink. The ultimate ability instantly revives downed allies. The passive ability is 50% health regeneration speed for you and your allies within 10 meters. Deal 30% rifle damage. Boy, oh boy, is there a lot to talk about here. Combat medic is a class that I see get used as a second chance, and that is really, really greedy of players to do. So in my experience, I've seen a lot of combat medics go out into the field, get downed, and then immediately deploy their ultimate, and usually that just results in them getting downed again, because chances are if you got downed in the first place, the danger that has put you down is likely still there to put you down again. And so that's really not what the ultimate is good at doing. The ultimate, I'll give you an example. So if you're a combat medic, you go out in the field, you get downed, and then you're waiting for someone to come get you to revive you, and then they go down. It's like a domino effect. The second guy comes to get you, the third guy comes to get them, they go down, the fourth guy, and pretty soon your whole team is wiped out. You want to wait for those moments in which you or 2, 3 more people are downed, and you want to deploy your ultimate so that way you can get them back up. This is not used to get you back up after you have fallen. That's not the intention for this ability. And even with that being said, there are mods within this setup that will make reviving your teammates so much easier. So before we can get into that, we have to cover the builds for the veteran and the combat medic. Okay, so first thing is first, veteran class, the build for it will not change regardless of what mode you're playing. If you're playing Horde, you're going to play the same strategy. If you're playing Escape, again, same strategy. You're going to want to use Focus, which is ultimate duration increased by 85%. This isn't quite maxed out yet. It'll go up to 90% once you max it out. Custom Lancer, because you always want that additional damage for a Rifleman class. Kind of obvious here. This will apply to your Retro Lancer as well, respectively. Band of Brothers Living Legend generates 150 stim per second. That's going to help you with your defensive strategy as long as you're bunkered in cover and using your ultimate. You're going to be generating stim, which is going to make you tankier. Headshot Master, 50% extra critical damage. That's going to be really, really good for those instances in which you do deploy your ultimate and you're decapitating everything on the field, as long as you have good line of sight, which you want to place yourself typically where the sniper would usually be when you deploy your ultimate. That way, you know, not only are you getting headshots, but you're making it easier for the sniper to get headshots as well. Brutal Efficiency, Executions recharge Living Legend by 40 seconds. So this is the mod that I was talking about for your cooldown. When you get done with your ultimate, because of your passive ability, which makes you invincible during executions, you can use either your Lancer or Retro Lancer to execute. Hell, you can even do the 3-piece melee combo followed by the finisher. Any execution, regardless of what it is going to recharge your ultimate ability. And so after you get done with your ultimate ability, you want to try to get as many executions as possible. You know, just take full advantage of not being able to be damaged while you are executing. So like if you're playing Jingle Juvies and you got a lot of Kamikaze Juvies, you can really kind of execute a lot of them while some of them are exploding, and depending upon your timing, you're not going to go down, which is great. And yeah, I played Jingle Juvies for the gameplay footage of this, and it was great. Like, veteran is really, don't sleep on the veteran, because really a good defense is just a perfect offense, and that's exactly what veteran supplies. If you know that your team is in trouble and getting really pressured, you can deploy the ultimate and just slaughter everything in sight, and that takes a lot of pressure off your team, which is really good because this is, again, an offensive rifleman. So no differences with the escape. The only thing that you're probably going to do differently is you will likely pick up a sniper. That way when you do your ultimate ability, you are capitalizing on the best type of damage you can get immediately. You're just taking headshots and decapitating everything. Again, relieving pressure from your team. So moving on to the combat medic. The Horde and Escape mode are going to have two different mods. We'll get into that here in a second. So with the combat medic, you kind of want to hang back and stick as close to your teammates as possible, because not only will you do 50% health regeneration speed for your allies, but you'll also give them stim with headshots. The Helpful Headshots mod provides 30 HP stim to self and nearby allies. So this works to support teammates who are near you, and you can't always get into a situation where everyone's crowded together. That's probably not even safe, but you want to try and support likely the weakest link player. So like if you have a good team comprised of like demolitions, gunner, and then a slugger is likely the weakest defense out of the classes that I just mentioned, so you might want to bunker down next to them and just support them. Combat Medic is actually an excellent support for a sniper or a veteran. In fact, those three classes could likely destroy the entire map on their own, depending upon how well they play together and if they're prioritizing targets. If they're picking off high priority targets, yeah, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Team Repair. So this is, I mean, engineers are just going to love you for this mod. Team Revive, your ultimate, repairs fortifications by 45%, and again, this is not maxed out, so every time you do your ultimate, you're going to be fixing the fortifications, which makes the engineer's job a lot easier. Intervention kills revive teammates within 16 meters of the kill. This is only at a level 4, it can max out at 6, so it's going to increase the range in which this is effective. I have been able to kind of snipe revive teammates. If I see them downed across the map and there's an enemy next to them, hopefully a juvie, if I kill them within a reasonable distance of my downed teammate, it will auto-revive that teammate. So, if you have a vocal team, like if you're on comms, you're on the microphone, and you're a combat medic, you can really communicate that with the rest of your team, like, hey, let me kill him so we can revive so-and-so who's down out in the field. I don't know why you would be out in the field, that's suicide, but I digress. If there is someone who's stuck out there, you can help them out from a distance. Dodge is 30% ballistic damage resistance beyond 5 meters. This does essentially what the replacement mods for Escape does, but on Horde. It just makes you a little bit tankier. And then for the last mod, you have the Custom Lancer, which is going to provide the 60% increased damage and active effects. This will stack with your passive ability, which is the 30% rifle damage. So this is going to be an additive increase to damage, which is amazing. So moving on to the Escape build for Combat Medic. The only thing that has changed here, we still have the Intervention, the Helpful Headshots, and the Custom Lancer. But the two mods we are now using is Perfect Condition, which is 32% damage resistance when over 50% health, and then the Razor's Edge, which is 32% damage resistance when under 50% health. So regardless of whether you are over or under 50% health, you are getting 30% damage mitigation, which is going to be really, really strong. It's going to make you a lot tankier than what you normally would be, as long as you're getting those headshots, you're getting the stim, you're doing the maximum amount of damage that you can do. I mean, this is a very, very well-rounded class, and it's definitely a good starter class for people to get into the game and kind of learn the mechanics, because it's very, very well balanced. Even though it's a support class, it's pretty strong. I wouldn't sleep on this class. I've been MVP a couple times with this class, even when there was a demolition present. So both of these classes are actually really, really satisfying to play, and it's a great swan song for this entire build franchise. So as with every video, I hope that you liked this, you learned something from it, and wish I could say until next time, but I think the next time you'll hear me talking to you guys is on the Gears of War 6 critique video, and just any other videos that I do addressing you guys. It's been a lot of fun It really has. I've been very, very fortunate and very blessed to have had everyone on this ride with me, supporting me along the way, and I thank you so much. Until we meet again, godlies, thanks so much. Take care of yourselves.